12 scary objects found underwater. Cleopatra's Palace. Ancient civilizations. Antikythera Mechanism. And unbelievably odd marine creatures are just a few macabre and magical wonders living underneath the sea. Good day to all of you. I hope you're in good health amid this COVID-19 crisis. Let's talk about scary object found underwater in this video. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon below. 1. The lost shoes of the Titanic. This photograph, taken by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, shows a pair of shoes resting on the seabed amid the Titanic wreck. It's a very powerful picture, on its own. Yet with the context details it is tear-jerking right away. There used to be bodies in those shoes. The body parts deteriorated, and the skeletal remains decalcified. The only thing left are the shoes, and the leather is perfectly preserved. Apparently the tannin in the leather of the shoe resisted the bacteria. 2. Antikythera Mechanism. During the spring of 1900, Captain Dimitrios Kontos and a crew of sponge divers from Simi Island discovered the Antikythera shipwreck and recovered artifacts during the Hellenic Royal Navy's first expedition in 1901. This wreck of a Roman cargo ship was discovered in the Greek island of Antikythera at a depth of 45 meters (148 feet) off Point Glyphadia. Numerous large objects were recovered by the team, including bronze and marble sculptures, pottery, rare glassware, jewelry, coins, and mechanism. In 1901, the device was recovered from the ruins, most likely in July of that year. How the device came to be on the cargo ship is not clear. But it has been speculated that it was taken from Rhodes to Rome, along with other stolen treasure, to support a victorious parade being staged by Julius Caesar. 3. Cleopatra's Palace. There was a terrible earthquake and a massive tsunami in Egypt 1,400 years ago which hit the coast of the great city of Alexandria. It sank Antirodos Island, taking down the palace of Queen Cleopatra and the old lighthouse of Alexandria, once a wonder of the ancient world. Today we are diving where Antirodos Island once stood, taking you on a trip to see and admire what remains of Cleopatra's sunken palace under the Alexandrian Sea. 4. The Sunken Sculpture. Silent evolution plays several functions, with 400 life-size human sculptures built 9 meters below sea level. But it is mainly an artificial reef that supports the development of marine life. The sculptures of Taylor are created with a pH-neutral concrete, reinforced with fiberglass, which attracts marine life surprisingly. Taylor also rescues and replants coral damaged in storms or by humans on his sculptures. It is possible to read Taylor's message in several different forms and languages. But what he does succinctly is to remind us of our near connection to and not to forget nature. 5. Lake Michegan Monoliths. When looking for shipwrecks under the waters of Lake Michegan, archaeologists found something much more fascinating than they had been searching for. They uncovered a boulder with a prehistoric mastodon carving, as well as a collection of stones arranged in a Stonehenge-like manner. Archaeologists discovered sunken boats and cars, and even a Civil War-era pier at a depth of about 40 feet into Lake Michegan's Grand Traverse Bay, using sonar techniques to search for shipwrecks. But among all these they found this prehistoric surprise. 6. Bimini Road. According to Greek legend, the city of Atlantis sank into the ocean in a single day, washing away its life 11,000 years ago from Earth. At that moment, explorers, treasure seekers and scholars have been looking relentlessly to find even a hint of the lost world, somewhere under the ocean, waves believed to be partly intact. Being one of the world's most well-known legends, something found remotely resembling a man-made structure during an ocean dive has generated significant waves of media coverage. A diver off the coast of North Bimini Island, Bahamas, discovered 18 feet below the surface of a series of stones in 1968. The stones appeared man-made, and were evenly spaced out in a road-like line stretching a half-mile. There have been numerous reports that this feature is either a wall, a bridge, a pier, a breakwater, or another man-made structure. However, credible evidence or arguments are lacking for such an origin. 7. Baltic Sea Anomaly. In June 2011, explorers discovered the odd-shaped object on the Baltic Sea ocean bed. Dubbed the Baltic Sea Anomaly, the object is a oddly shaped structure 70 meters long, 210 feet. That appeared under the waves on the sonar lying 100 meters, 300 feet. Theories on what the phenomenon may have been ranging from the curious to the absurd, with some saying it might be part of the ocean floor fleet of crashed UFOs. Some conspiracy theorists also point out that it bears a startling similarity of a steel gray look to the Star Wars Millennium Falcon. 8. Spiders that can breathe underwater. A lot of creepy crawls live under the sea. But maybe none as weird as an arachnid that manages to breathe underwater in a very imaginative manner. The Aquatica Argyroneta absorbs a bubble from the water surface, catching the air in its web and simply breathing it in, with just occasional trips to the surface. This improvised gill will keep the spider alive forever. Jellyfish and mice and oh my sharks. The ocean creatures aren't all scary, these jellies are adorable. 9. A fleet of military battleships. Operation Hailstone, a surprise attack during World War II on Japan's Imperial Navy, has sunk hundreds of naval battleships, air carriers, and submarines. During 2 brutal days in 1944 the vehicles sank off the coast of the Caroline Islands in the South Pacific, referred to as Pearl Harbor in Japan. The incident killed thousands of soldiers and the debris remained undiscovered until it was investigated in the late 1960s by legendary Jacques Cousteau. It is called Truk Lagoon today, and is perhaps one of the most strange tourist attractions in the world. 10. A locomotive graveyard. The state of New Jersey is notorious for many things, but deep-sea train wrecks are not one of them, well, not until 1985. When 2 unusual 1850 trains were found below 90 feet of water in the Long Branch. The steam engines remain shrouded in mystery, as there is no record of their being lost, or even set up. While the locomotives have never been reported missing, they are believed to have fallen victim to a powerful storm while they were being moved passenger-free across the Atlantic Ocean. They remain eerily preserved beneath a thick rust layer. 11. A second Stonehenge. Around 40 feet down in the Grand Traverse Bay of Lake Michegan, explorers found a pattern of oddly set stones eerily reminiscent of the famed Stonehenge in England. Among the stones was a boulder made around 10,000 years ago, with ancient carvings that scientists assume were created during the Ice Age. The historic stones were found during a search for ancient shipwrecks just a few years ago. 12. Shallow shipwrecks. Few things like the aerial view of families frolicking on the beach just feet away from an ancient shipwreck can give you goosebumps. Tobermory, Ontario, Canada is one spot where you can see this unusual occurrence, and even snorkel to discover the Minch, Nawaga, and the city of Grand Rapids. Every shipwreck is at least 100 years old and lies underwater no deeper than 15 feet. Don't miss out on the most stunning underwater wonders ever discovered. That's all for now, my friends. I hope you enjoy watching the video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon below. Bye bye. And have a pleasant day to all of you.